Hello, Roger Bisbee here from the Skill Builder channel, and Ian has sent in a little video here. Unfortunately, he's done it the wrong way round here, and we need them lengthways. We need to fill the screen rather than have these portrait ones. So Ian had some timber French doors replaced with these PVC French ones. Now, he lives high up in Yorkshire, and he said they get a lot of weather up there, so he needed something draft proof and weatherproof, and he thought that PVC would be the way to go. But since having it done, what he's noticed is that rain and wind blows in under these doors, and he's had the guys back, and what the guys did is squirt a bit of foam underneath there, and they put a bit more silicone along the front edge, and they thought that would cure it, but it hasn't cured it. And he's saying, is there a defect in the windows? Is there something I should be aware of? What are your thoughts? Well, my thoughts are that it's an appalling job. They need taking out. They need doing again. It won't actually take them long to cut these out and redo them. Just saw through that foam and just make a proper job of it. And a proper job basically is, I keep saying this over and over again, that it doesn't get done, is to get yourself a bit of wide damp proof course. It costs 20 quid a roll. It's so cheap that they could almost give it away. And you put that in under the door when you're doing the job, and you lap it up the back of the door so that any weather that blows under that door or gets into that frame down through those screw holes or anything else is going to be taken safely away. It's not going to end up on your floor. And similarly, when you have that damp proof course lapped up the back of the door to the floor level, and you put the floor tight against it, you cut down the drafts. And you could even just put a very thin bead of silicone or anything like that along it, just where the damp proof course meets the frame. But quite honestly, most of the time, by the time you put in that bit of floor and that's tight, there's no need at all. But it's so stupid. I just don't know why this happens. Maybe it's because door and window fitting isn't a recognised trade in itself. It's done by carpenters, it's done by jobbing builders, it's done by labourers, and just people who just pick it up as they go along. But really, there are just basic principles here that you need to follow. And quite honestly, I'm a plumber, but I've never fitted a pair of doors or windows this badly. And maybe because I fit shower trays for a living and things like that, and I'm aware of how water gets in, maybe that discipline in itself is enough to make sure that we do a good job. But again, even plumbers don't always fit shower trays properly. But if you understand where water's getting in and you can mitigate that, then it's no problem. And you know, maybe plumbers ought to be the ones fitting doors and windows. I don't know. I mean, I don't want the job anyway, but you know, you couldn't do worse than this. You really couldn't. And the worst thing is that these companies that are doing it, he said this is a big national company, so we don't know who that is, but we can guess it's one of the big boys. So they're employing people, they're coming along, they're probably not paying them that well, and they're chucking these things in, and maybe they've got to go around to 4 or 5 houses in a day and put in this. I don't know, but maybe that's the problem. Maybe there's a lack of supervision, there's a lack of motivation on the part of the people being paid to put them in. There's something going wrong here. But even from the commercial point of view of the company doing the job, if they've got to send people back to try and fix this, even a man coming back to squirt a bit of foam in, you know, if they don't do the job, then it's a complete waste of time. And at some point, the reviews on social media are going to get so bad that these companies are going to be losing business. So they're chasing their tail with this one. So why don't they just do a good job? People will pay a little more to have a good job done and to avoid all these callbacks and all this nonsense.